Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Totally not how this is going to sound. But VoicePlay did Hoist the Colors a lot better than I just did. And that's what we're going to be reacting to today. So let's dive in. VoicePlay Hoist the Colors, featuring Jose Rosario Jr. I believe I reacted to. Actually, he did the other one, the Drunken Sailor one. I think I reacted to that one. Yes, I believe he did that one. And this is Hoist the Colors, which is a very popular sea shanty. I love sea shanties, like Weatherman, Hoist the Colors is a very common one you hear all the time on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. But VoicePlay did a 4-minute and 9-second version of it. So let's dive in and see what it's all about.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones.
That is creepy. Very, very creepy. I like how they did the bell effect, or the bell tones, or whatever. I'm sure there's a technical term for it. I don't exactly know it. But it's basically where you're doing arpeggio in the voice with chords. I think it's called bell tone or bell something, because it sounds like bells. But very creepy looking costumes that they're wearing. Caesar with his weird eye, and then everybody else has like cuts and bruises and everything. Like, whew. The makeup was heavy with this one.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones.
Nice.
The seas be ours and by the powers where we will roam. Yo ho.
VoicePlay is amazing. I'm gonna let this finish, but just saying.
Yo hands, hoist the colors high.
He has VP like stamped on his hand, or Ellie does. All right, let's talk. VoicePlay does what you call creative switcheroo. I just made that term up, and yes, I think it applies. Creative switcheroo is basically where you take a song that you've heard tons and tons of times over, and you probably could sing every single lyric to. They change it up and arrange it differently, and so it's still captivating and still interesting to your ear. For instance, what did they do? They went, yo ho, rather than the typical yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. And even Jeff there, most people, if you see basses singing it on Instagram, like on Reels and stuff, hoist the colors high, and they like drop down high, or something like that. They don't do that because they're going to do it later on, and they don't want to just like dump it all at the beginning. On his left hand, he has VP or VoicePlay stamped in there. That's pretty cool. Costumes are very creepy, very scary, very realistic looking, honestly. Lights are on point. If you just notice how much the lights are changing back and forth from like green to red to yellow and different stuff. Beautifully, beautifully done. But yeah, it's VoicePlay. VoicePlay just does an incredible job with their costumes, with their arrangements, but then also the creative switcheroo where they just do stuff differently, and you're like, oh, I never thought about it that way. And it's so cool.
By the powers where we will roam. Yo ho, yo ho.
So something that they've done production-wise with Jeff's solo here in the background is they've doubled it or tripled it. So basically he's sung it twice. Or I could have just sung once to use a doubler. But it basically gives the effect that he's sung it twice, and so there's two Jeffs singing it. And how you can hear that, it sounds like there's an echo, but it's not. It's him singing it twice, and they just laid it on top of each other. Probably split it left and right, would be my guess.
Hands,
Like that, you can hear, if you have headphones on, you can distinctly hear 2 S's in each ear. So you just record it twice.
Hoist the colors high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we.
Beautifully, beautifully done. I love how they added harmony, because a lot of these guys that you hear on TikTok and stuff, they don't add harmony, and so it's not as interesting. Here, they added harmony to these yo ho all hands. The reels I've seen and stuff, they haven't really added too much harmony. It's mainly just like one bass guy singing it. But I love how they added harmony here, because it makes it that more interesting with the creative switcheroo.
Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we.
Back to that bell tone effect.
Now some men have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea.
I like how Caesar's grabbing onto his consonants here. With some of the songs that they've done, grabbing onto the consonants doesn't necessarily fit per se, but here he's really grabbing onto his consonants. Some of the lyrics.
Now some men
Goes to the M and the N. I like how he does that. Kind of like, it helps the lyrics not be as poppy, and not poppy, as like in your face kind of, and it just kind of is very relaxed kind of singing.
have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea with keys to the cage and the devil to pay. We lay to fiddler's green.
The bell has been raised.
Oh, that was cool. That was post-production. Zoom in and zoom out there. But I like, if you listen to Jeff's lower notes at the middle there, he goes from just doing dum dum dum. He goes dum da 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 dum da 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 dum dum da da dum dum dum, kind of breaking those up into a little bit of a quicker pace.
We lay to fiddler's green.
The bell has been raised from its watery grave.
Can't you hear it? Sepulchral tone.
Wow.
We are
Okay, there's some layering there in the background with the oh, that's so cool. I like how they added these harmonies that they have, but they also added a little bit of layering in the background.
Watery grave.
Can't you hear it? Sepulchral tone. We are a call. Pay heed to the call and turn your sails toward home.
Oh, their arrangements is so cool. And I like how they're taking a song that you usually just hear the chorus and then you're adding the verses and everything into it, because then you get a really feel for the song. Ellie's breath control is just insane in how good he is. And especially like singing a longer held tone and then like going up and hitting the high note after that is insane.
Sails toward home.
You just see how it kind of goes, it just kind of goes up for that higher note, because hitting a higher note at the end of a phrase, especially when you're running out of breath, is so hard to do. It's insanely hard to do. It just shows you how much breath control and how much containment of using his breath sparingly that he has. It's awesome.
Hoist the colors high.
Hoist the colors high. They're doing word painting here. I love word painting. If you don't know what word painting is, Here's a quick explanation. Word painting is basically the music does what the lyrics are saying. I was listening to Fall on Your Knees by Home Free the other day. And something cool that they did was they did fall, 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 fall. They did like a descending arpeggio on the word fall. And it worked perfectly because the word is fall and it goes down. And so the music had a descending pattern to it. Here, the words are high. And so the melodies or the harmony and stuff is high. So that's called word painting, and basically where the music is doing what the lyrics are saying. I love word painting. It's so cool. That's something that we learned about a lot this past semester at college, was use of word painting and text painting and just creating a sound, creating an environment for your music and using that to portray what the lyrics are saying and to help your viewer understand what they're saying. Very, very well done.
Hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars. Never shall we die.
Ho, lo, ho, lo.
Oh, they're doing such a good job here. I love VoicePlay's arrangements. VoicePlay's arrangements are just and the lighting here, you got the lighting is so good.
Never shall we die.
I don't know what Lane did there. Something like that. That was insane. But then I like how they just build. Starts with Jeff, moves to Lane, and then the other guys come in on top of it and create this kind of just this accompaniment, I guess you could kind of say, to what Caesar's about to sing. So good.
Ho, lo, ho,
Yo.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed, and bound her in her
They're doing so many good things here. Jeff went up and hit a higher note, which is not typical with your Instagram reels and everything. It just goes to show you how much they change this up and make it so new and so fresh. It's so good. Like right there, you think da da da. You think it's gonna go down low and hit that low note, but instead it goes da da. Like it's so good. And like then he drops down, hits it. It's so good. And another thing VoicePlay does very, very well is set up expectations and then fulfill them in the way that you're not expecting. I hope that made sense, because it kind of made sense to me. What I mean by this is that they set up something for you to hear, and then you want something to happen after that. So, for instance, you heard it, never shall we die, and like hits the low note at the bottom, and so that's what you're expecting, and so that's what he sets you up for. Never shall we die, and goes the opposite way. So you're like, whoa, okay, and then a little bit later than that, he goes down and hits the low note. You're like, oh, there it is. And it satisfies you because you're expecting it. It happens. It's like, whoa, it's so cool. I love how VoicePlay arranges stuff. Now there, I thought they were going to go up. Man, that's high. I like how they did the echo, not the echo here. They did in octaves. You can hear how thin it. It's like so thin. It's not as like strong and belty as Ellie usually can be, but then it comes back here and just rips this note apart. Oh, what note in there makes that? Oh, that chord is so good. Ellie's like I know he's a rock background, and so he's able to just have that belt that's like sounds gritty, and it sounds so cool. I don't know how he does it. Like it sounds like he's yelling, but he's not. He's actually singing it. It's so very well done. Hoist the colors high. Love the echo. VoicePlay. They're just so good. They're so good. I love how they give you an expectation, and then they fill it in a way that you're not expecting, and then they use that creative switcheroo thingamajiggy. It's so good. VoicePlay never ceases to amaze me. They always do a fantastic jobs with their arrangements, with their productions, and I love it. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's another video you want me to check out, please drop it in the comments below, and I will see if I can react to it in about another week home. And then I am heading out and back to college for volleyball preseason. First game is January 13th. So I'm excited about that. Very excited to be on the volleyball team and head back to there. Have a lot of opportunities at college. Just to give you a little update, between classes, I'm working IT as well as editing for the podcast that they have on campus. It's called On Mission Podcast. If you want to look it up on it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, and like everywhere you find your podcast. It's on there. It's called On Mission Podcast with Matt Davis. Fantastic podcast. I love getting to be behind the scenes. I help record the videos. I help live stream the videos. Another guy edits all the audio. I edit all the video, and I'm constantly going through some backlog stuff that we have. And then IT, I get to help out with everything technology. And actually next semester, I just picked up another job. I'm going to be helping out on audio crew for the plays and different things that our school puts on. So I am super excited about the opportunities that God has given me at school, and so excited just to keep growing my talent and what he's given to me in that area. I absolutely love technology and using like computers and cameras and all that stuff. It's fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in another video. But until then, remember, you gotta keep smiling. See y'all.